The other one or two really necessary documents in every good solid estate plan, you either need a will or you need a will and a trust. Now, the vast majority of people in California, and I'm going to guess in this room, need a trust. Just a will is not going to get you where you want to go. And the reason for that is if you have a will, your estate is going to go through what we call probate. And I'm imagining that most people in this room are familiar with that word. It's a little bit of a dirty word in my business. We are always trying to avoid probate. So probate is a court process. So if you own, let's say you have a bank account with $200,000 in it, and you die. Now we have this problem. There's a dead person who owns a bank account. And the only way we can fix that problem is with this California probate procedure. It's a court procedure. There's a judge involved. There's going to be attorneys involved. And therefore, it takes a long time. It's public. All of the probate records are just right there in Martinez for anybody to look at. And it's very expensive. It tends to be very expensive because the attorney who's doing the probate gets a percentage, okay? So, we, in my law firm, we love to do probates. We love to make money. But when we're setting up an estate plan for our own clients, we don't want that to happen to them. We do probates for other people who didn't plan ahead. We're happy to do it because we make a lot of money. And I don't want any of you to have to do that. So there's two ways to get out of that. When you die, if your estate is worth less than $184,500, that's everything added up together. Your home, your bank accounts, your investment accounts, your cars, your couches and all that kind of stuff. If it's all less than $184,500, we don't have to do a probate. There's another little workaround. It's private. We don't have to go to court. But most people, that number isn't high enough to cover everything, right? If you own real estate in California, really, almost anywhere in California, that number is just not high enough. So the way we get away from doing a probate is by creating a trust. So not a will. A will still has to go to probate. But a trust helps us get out of probate. So, and how it works, how many people have trusts in here? All right. I really love that. You're so far ahead of the average in California. That's great. With a trust, it says what you want to happen when you die. That is true. But it also is a place to put your assets. Your trust, while you're alive, will own some of your assets. So it will own your house. It will own some of your bank accounts. It will own some of your investment accounts. It actually owns the assets. So when you die, we don't have that problem, that terrible problem of there's a dead person who owns property. You don't own your property. Your trust owns your property. So we avoid that problem. We don't need a judge. We don't need to do a probate. So in California, we use trusts because this is the rule. and our probate process is, frankly, terrible. It's not, it's not consumer friendly. It's not what anybody wants to do. And I will say probably 9 times out of 10 when I'm meeting with a new client for the very first time, they say something like, well, we know we're supposed to do this because we don't want to do a probate. People know that, and it has that reputation. It's not something that you deliberately choose. Okay, the other nice thing about a trust is that your trust owns your property, so if you become incapacitated, the person you name as your successor trustee can very easily step in and get control of your property. They don't have to use that power of attorney. It's a lot easier with a trust than with a power of attorney. We don't get banks and financial institutions pushing back on trustees. We get that problem with the power of attorney.
If you need help with your estate planning or administration, we also offer a free discovery call to help get the process started. You can find more information on booking your session by visiting absolutetrustcounsel.com/scheduling.